Steinberg are celebrating a couple of fairly significant milestones at the moment. Firstly, Halion, which is their flagship sampler meets synthesizer virtual instrument, is turning 25. They have released an update to version 7.5 for existing Halion and Halion Sonic users to mark that event with some new features added. Secondly, this year marks the 30th anniversary of Steinberg's virtual studio technology, VST. It's a technology that's now integral to many modern recording platforms. It's also a technology that's spawned a whole industry. There are literally hundreds, probably thousands of companies worldwide that have built their business model around creating VST instrument and effects plugins. To mark the latter, Steinberg are offering all Cubase users with a bit of a freebie. They have re-released a bundle of 5 plugins, 4 virtual instruments and 1 virtual effect from those early days of VST technology under the banner of the Steinberg Classics. These plugins are delivered with their original UI and their original functionality, but they've been updated so that they can run on modern computer systems and current OS versions. So if you fancy traveling back in time, either for nostalgia purposes or simply to experience what Cubase users were getting excited about before you were actually born, then just visit the Steinberg website. You can see there's an instrument sale going on to celebrate 30 years of VST, 25 years of Halion. And here on the homepage, you'll find the free instrument collection, the Steinberg Classics. Follow that link, you can add licenses for these 5 plugins to your Steinberg account and then download them via the usual Steinberg download assistant. The plugins include Neon, which was originally released in 1999. It's one of the very first virtual polyphonic synthesizer plugins ever released. You also get VB1, one of the first virtual bass guitar instruments ever created. You also get the CS40 synth, fairly simple sound design options, but actually quite effective, obviously inspired by one of the early original CS hardware synthesizers designed by Yamaha. You also get the LM7, a sample-based drum machine with a compact collection of kits and some very straightforward but very usable sound editing options. And the collection is rounded off by Carlette, a tape delay emulation that retains the quirky experience of using something like the original hardware WEM copycat. Now, as I said, these are all supplied with their original UIs, including the size of those UIs. And on a modern high-res display, it may be that the plugins appear a little bit small on your screen. That's not an issue, though, because, of course, within Cubase, for any of your plugins, you can choose to scale the interface, as I've done here, increased it by 50%, to suit the size and resolution of the monitor that you're working with. These are free to download, so you can, of course, explore them all for yourself. So in lieu of me going through each of the plugins individually, here's a short piece of music that uses all of those plugins. All of the sounds that you're about to hear exclusively from the 4 instrument plugins. All of the delay sounds come from Carlette, the delay plugin emulation. Any other processing I've used, EQ, reverb, compression, and so on, are all from Cubase's stock plugin collection, and as the demo plays, I'll simply switch between different Cubase workspace layouts to highlight 1 or 2 of the plugins that are used in each section of the track. So 90 seconds of me messing about with the Steinberg Classics. Enjoy, or not. Okay, so whether the last 90 seconds or so was painful or otherwise, it's kind of cool that Steinberg have re-released this bundle of classic plugins as a marker of the 30th anniversary of VST technology. And it does kind of serve as a reminder of just how important a step that was in the development of our modern computer-based music production workflows, whether it's for nostalgia reasons, because you remember some of these plugins the first time around, or perhaps you're just a little bit inquisitive because you were born after these plugins were all released originally. It is a very interesting reminder. It is something of a pinch me moment to use these retro plugins just as a way of getting perspective on exactly how good our current VST instrument and effects plugins actually are. So download the free Steinberg Classics collection and see what music they inspire within you. If you enjoy this kind of Cubase content, please do subscribe to the channel. In addition, you could check out the links below in the video description, some further Cubase content, Cubase articles, workshop articles within SOS magazine, for example. And if you want a structured guide through your particular edition of Cubase, do check out the link to my Cubase Essentials course on the Udemy platform. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, whichever generation of VST technology you choose to use, do enjoy getting some music made.